Hey guys, Crispy Bacon back with a quick video on a few of my favorite setups to farm Laurels on Warlock in the Guardian games. First off, my exotic weapon choice for all of my subclasses during the Guardian games is going to be the Traveler's Chosen. Traveler's Chosen's exotic perk is great at keeping our abilities full so that we can be spamming abilities as much as possible. Combined with this, I like to use a Demolitionist grenade launcher on Warlock because Warlocks very much rely on their grenade usage, and Demolitionist helps to make sure that we can keep those grenades topped off. We have 4 setups to talk about today, and they are very simple, just combining one exotic armor piece along with a subclass. To start off, we're going to be combining the Stormcaller Top Tree subclass with the Crown of Tempests. Attunement of Conduction gives us some great ability recharge because of the Chain Lightning and Arc Web perks, but it also gives us an incredibly powerful super along with Transcendence, which when cast with full grenade and melee energy, our Storm Trance lasts longer and fully restores health. So by itself, this subclass has a decent amount of grenade regeneration thanks to Arc Web and Chain Lightning, but it's really Transcendence combined with the Crown of Tempest's exotic perk Conduction Tines that stands out. Conduction Tines make it so that arc ability kills increase the recharge rate of our arc abilities and extend the duration of Storm Trance. Transcendence combined with Crown of Tempests gives us one of the longest supers in the game, and also gives us some grenade and melee recharge as well. Switching over to Solar, we're going to be taking off our Crown of Tempests and switching it out for the Sunbracer's exotic gauntlets. As for our subclass, we'll be using Top Tree Dawnblade, known as Attunement of Sky. With this subclass, we're really looking for 2 perks. Winged Sun, which allows us to, while getting airborne final blows, extend the effects of Heat Rising and grant melee energy, along with Celestial Fire, which sends out a spiral of 3 explosive solar energy blasts. This allows us to gain free melee energy whenever we're getting a kill from the air. This gives us some solid solar melee energy regen, but when we put on Sunbracers, any of those solar melee kills grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. The combo here is to get solar melee kills from the air, which triggers Sunbracers, allowing us to throw 5 solar grenades back to back. If we're in the air while these solar grenades get kills, we're also recharging our melee ability, which allows us to start the process over again. Moving over to Void, we're going to be taking off our Sunbracers in place of the Nezarec Sin exotic helmet, and switching over to Void Walker's bottom tree, known as Attunement of Hunger. The Devour effect, which can be triggered by overcharging our grenade, gives us health whenever we kill an enemy afterwards, as well as grenade energy. Combine this with Nezarec Sin's exotic perk Abyssal Extractors, which allows void damage kills to increase the ability energy recharge rate, and we have some incredibly fast ability recharge. A Void Demolitionist grenade launcher definitely comes in handy with this setup because it can give us just that extra bit of grenade energy to allow us to spam as much as possible. And last but not least, moving over to Stasis, we will be switching off our Nezarec Sin in place of the Vesper of Radius exotic chest piece. On the Shade Binder, our setup is going to be Dustfield Grenade. As far as aspects, we'll be using Ice Flare Bolts and Frost Pulse. And as for fragments, we'll use Whisper of Torment, Whisper of Fissures, Whisper of Refraction, and Whisper of Fractures. The main combo here is combining Frost Pulse and Whisper of Refractions with the Vesper of Radius exotic. With Frost Pulse, our Rift actually freezes nearby enemies. With Whisper of Refraction, defeating any slowed or frozen targets grant us class ability energy, and with Vesper of Radius, our Rifts release an Arc Shockwave when cast, and they also recharge faster when we're surrounded by enemies. This creates an incredible combo and synergy with our Rift, where we can run into a group of enemies, freeze them all by activating our Rift, blowing them all up in their glacier state, and then recharging our Rift almost immediately to do it again. All of these frozen enemies then spawn Seekers, which freeze other enemies, which keeps the combo going. Not to mention that while we're doing all of this, Whisper of Torment and Whisper of Fractures are triggering, giving us more grenade and melee energy, and Whisper of Fissures is increasing the damage and size of the burst when we destroy a frozen target or a stasis crystal. All in all, each of these Warlock subclasses are great at clearing huge groups of mobs, so make sure that when you're farming Laurels, you're in a very populated area where you can take out a ton of mobs at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, that will about do it for this video. I hope this was informative, and I hope that there are plenty of Warlocks out there trying these strategies. I'm definitely rooting for Warlocks this year, so let's see if you guys can pull out that win for day 2. If you liked what you saw, make sure to check the description to see where else you can find me. Thanks as always for watching, and have a good one.
We thank you, Guardian, and we will never forget.